City Series cigars and Citrus 7s, black cement 3s, 4s, the hairs and bread 11s. No doubt that I'll be wearing some fire at any sighting. With these Doran Becker 5s, you can see me in any lighting. It's exciting, I'll be flexing to the coldest degree. What's up everybody, Sneakerhead M Checks. Today I'll be reviewing these UNC Jordan 3s set to release March 7th. They have the player exclusive pair that was produced in 2018, I believe. Those were not released to the public. They were made for Jordan Brand's friends and family, the UNC basketball teams, and the UNC football teams. I always wanted those, but I never got around to copping a pair because they cost so much. So hearing that they were making a general release version and release to the public was great news to me. And I'm glad I didn't go hard selling a bunch of sneakers and saving up all kinds of money to get that PE pair, because if I did, I would have been really pissed off hearing that news. Please, Jordan Brand, please do not release any of the samples or PEs that I own. Please, I'm begging you. But yeah, anyway, I want to take a close look at these and see how they compare to the PE version that I've always admired. Here they are. Off rip, this leather feels better than the leather on any pair of 3s I've ever owned. Here's a close look. I'm feeling these. These are nice. Here they are from the front. In comparing them to the PE pair, the biggest and most obvious difference is the front of the tongue over here, where they have the Stitch Jumpman instead of the North Carolina logo that they have on the PE pair. Even though they don't have the North Carolina logo here, I do like how they made the Jumpman thickly stitched, just like the North Carolina logo is on the PE pair. A lot of the 3s we get generally released don't have the thick Jumpman. It'll be stitched, but it's more like flat. Like on these True Blues, you can see how the Jumpman is stitched, but it's pretty flat. Like if you hold it on the side angles, it's, but over here, this is thickly stitched. If I come over here on the angle, you can still see how it pops out. So that's fire. Another thing that stood out to me was the elephant print over here on the toe box. It's a lot thinner than what I'm used to. But if you look at a pair of OG True Blues, OG Fire Reds, OG White Cements, this is how the elephant print was on the OG pairs. It wasn't until the retros where they started the thicker elephant print. Now look at how they look in comparison to these 2016 True Blues. I mean, one makes the other look really weird. I don't know why they decided to start doing this now when they just recently retroed most of the OG colorways. It doesn't bother me having the thin elephant print on these, but since it's an OG thing, why put it on a pair that's not an OG colorway, but then not put it on the black cements that dropped in 2018? Or these True Blues? Or the most recent white cements? Like, that's backwards to me, but it's whatever. When they retro the Fire Red 3s, I'm sure they're going to have the Nike Air on the back heel tab, but they should also do the thin elephant print for those at least. I really like looking at these from this side angle, because from here you could barely tell the difference between these and the PE version. Here's the other side. So you have the Jumpman logo here on the back. It's navy blue, even though it looks black. See, I'm naturally rhyming over here. All jokes aside, though, I do rap. So for those of y'all who don't listen to my music, follow me on SoundCloud. Check out my Order Jordan video. I def got some bars. Well, at least I think I do. The back side of the tongue on these is navy. The PE pair has UNC blue on the back of the tongue, and the left shoe reads UNC, and the right shoe reads basketball. I've also seen other pairs where the right shoe reads football. Obviously, I can assume that the shoes that have basketball on the right shoes for the basketball players and the shoes that have football on the right shoe are for the football players. My question is, what about the friends and family? Did they get to choose, or does Jordan Brand choose for them? How does that work? It's not really that important, but just a little curious. On these, the right shoe has heart written upside down, and the left shoe has soul written upside down. But the real question is, why is it red? This is the second pair of Jordans this year where they just randomly put red on the shoe that did not need it. If you saw my Pine Green 1s review, you know how I felt about it being on those. But now these are UNC 3s. Like, North Carolina ain't never had no type of red in any of their jerseys or anything. Like, so I really don't see why they did this. Like, I don't know what's going on, but this is unnecessary. Another thing that I noticed about this tongue is that it's a lot thinner than what we're used to. Usually the 3's tongue is pretty thick. This one is really thin, and it also has like a higher, more rounded cut up here towards the top. Most of the 3s that I've seen released in my lifetime have this thicker tongue like these True Blues do, whereas the UNC pair definitely has a thinner tongue. And you can see how the tongue cuts differ as well. The True Blue one is a lot more like flat looking, whereas the UNC is a little more rounded up here. I mean, they're both round looking, but you see what I'm talking about. This one is a lot more circular. This is also an OG 3s thing, where if you look back at any of the 3s that originally dropped in '88, the tongue on them is more rounded like this. Looking at the inside of the shoe, the insole is all red. Anybody know why? Because I don't. And they have the same patch on it that they put on the back of the Michigan 5s. It says Team Jumpman or Team Jordan. My size tag is blocked on the other part. Let me grab the other shoe. Quality products inspired by the greatest basketball player ever. The insole on the PE pair is completely different from these. The colors are consistent with the rest of the shoe, and they have that pattern. Here is the sole, similar to but not identical to the sole on the PE pair. All they really did was switch the white and the navy. Like on these, you see they have Jordan written in white surrounded by navy. The PE pair just has Jordan written in navy surrounded by white. Other than that, soles are the same. Here's the box, which I think they did a pretty good job with. The top has the UNC blue, and the bottom has the elephant print that they have on a lot of Jordan 3 boxes. I don't think there's anything special that comes with these. It's just the paper on the inside. Here is the box label, and retail is $190. Although once again we got red on a shoe that did not need it at all, I like these. But they gotta stop doing that to my favorite color. Although they're not exactly like the PE version, they're close enough to meet my satisfaction. Now later, when I really start getting to the bag and I can just afford that PE version with no worries, then I might cop those and, you know, end up pushing these. But for now, these are cool. Yes, obviously I would still prefer to have the PEs, but if you're lucky enough to find a pair, they sell for thousands of dollars. I don't know if the release of these is going to change this at all, but right now, the PE pairs go for like $5,000, $6,000. Maybe like $4,000 or $3,000 if you're lucky, but they really go for a lot. So I don't really see no point spending like $4,000 on those when they got these available for $190. I would cop the PE pair and skip out on these if they were like a couple $100 more maybe, but for $4,000, these GRs will definitely do. Even if they were like $2,000, it's still not worth the minor differences to me, unless you really got it like that. Now, normally I don't do any on-foot videos because I don't always end up keeping the pair that I'm reviewing, so I don't want to put them on and walk around in them if I'm not going to keep them. You know, maybe I just don't want them, or sometimes it's not my size. But I'm 100% sure I'm keeping these. This is going to be my personal pair. These going right on the foot. I'm actually going to wear these today. So I'm going to get a little bit of on-foot footage.
I got all the Jordans, I got all the Jordans. I write a verse about my kicks and then I go record it. I wear some heat and they be snapping pics like all the tourists. Shit, I can sell a couple pairs and pay off all the mortgage. I'm breaking necks when out in public if the pair is tight. I don't like it when they yellow, need them clear as ice. If I can get another pair, then I'ma cop them twice. I wear my token.
But yeah, man, I hope this video was helpful. If anybody was debating between copping or not prior to watching this, I hope you make a decision. If you're interested in any more content like this, please subscribe to my channel and turn my video notifications on. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.